Okay, so Kirk here with MMO Attack. We are here with Tramell and Matt. We are talking about PlanetSide 2 with the February updates, as well as into the future. So which updates do we want to start with?
Well, we just did one today. We could start with that.
Yeah.
So today was our Infiltrator update. That's one of our 6 combat classes in the game. And today we added some cool new abilities for Infiltrators, a couple new weapons for them to use. We have some more weapons that we decided to hold back on our public test server for another week, so we can do some more polish on them. But those will be coming out next week, along with our next update.
Which is the massive Amrish update.
Yep.
So we basically revamped all of Amrish. All the maps are now up to date. Indar and Esamir had a revamp to get the lattice system, and then we did some optimization on it as well. Now it's Amrish's turn. We did some optimization on Amrish, cleaned it up, and added like 6 new outposts, something like that.
Yeah, a bunch of them.
Put the lattice links in there, so now people can actually start playing the game like it was originally meant to be.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Big update. Lots of people are super excited about that. We're really pumped to get it out. So that's going to be.
Yeah, when I was doing some research, a lot of people were. Is Amrish like the least played of the maps?
Right now it is, because the other 2 have gotten the refresh to get the lattice system, which really kind of allows the game to fulfill the huge scale promise that it's supposed to be all about. And we expect that once the Amrish update goes out, it'll exemplify kind of the best base design that we've done so far in the game. So we're really excited about it. I think a lot of people will definitely be over there checking it out.
So let's talk about the voiceover packs. Now, we had one person ask about, do you know Rel?
Yeah.
YouTuber Rel?
Yeah, we like Rel.
We like him. What was this saying? Rel. So he's like, hey there, folks. It's Rel.
Yeah.
Somebody asked if Rel could have his own voiceover pack.
Something we've talked about doing in the future potentially is doing like player studio-like things for voice packs.
Yeah.
Obviously, it would be, you'd have to actually make sure that you followed a script and had all the different voice lines that were necessary for the voice pack, but maybe it's something we do in the future.
Rel for sure. Maybe not It's Murder, though. I don't really particularly like him.
It takes all kinds. It takes all kinds. But the point is, if you have a really cool, recognizable voice, and it's a voice that other people want to use, then it can work out, and it could be a good player studio edition. So we're releasing 2 brand new, like, specific character voices that we're doing along with this too. So we've got kind of like a grizzled Russian soldier voice pack that we're putting in, and he's kind of like the FPS Russian style guy. And then we have kind of a drill sergeant that's almost like the Full Metal Jacket drill sergeant type. So we're going to continue to create more of these kind of characters that people can then use for their voice.
So you'll continue to make more and more voice packs that people can purchase.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
And then you're also updating to the mission system. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Sure, yeah. The mission system is going to be in our 4th update this month. We're on these weekly update schedules now. So I just talked about the Infiltrator one. That's our combat update. And then next week we have our world update, which is going to be the Amrish update. And then the last one of the month is the systems update. That's where we're adding all kinds of brand new gameplay systems. So like you mentioned, the voice stuff is going to be in that update. The mission system is going to be in the update, at least the very first initial implementation for the mission system, which is basically going to create some simple player guidance. So when you're fighting in a base, it'll tell you to go attack this point. Your squad leader is going to be able to update and change those. Within the next phase of the missions implementation, we'll be creating a lot of really cool objectives for squad leaders to place specific targets for them to use. So really fleshing out players' input into the mission system. But that first implementation is going to be with this one, along with some other really cool stuff. So the systems update is going to be, well, the Amrish update is really huge. The systems update is also really, really huge in terms of features going into the game.
Yeah, with the mission system, a lot of people, especially new players, are like, they get into the game and they're like, what do I do now? So the mission system is going to kind of help with that, right?
That's the hope.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the really cool things about it is that it's really simple. It happens automatically. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to go to the map and do all this other stuff. It happens automatically. You take the mission, you go and do your thing. And if you're in the squad leader just basically disseminates that command to everybody else. So one mission at a time, you're on your way.
Yeah, we have big plans for the mission system too, for expanding it. The simple version that's going live next week, not next week, the week after next, is going to be followed about a month later with all those squad leader things like I talked about. Your ability to create I want air support in this area, and then anybody in your squad can come and fly around and do that specific goal there. And then the final implementation phase that we have kind of penned out right now is making a global system. So it's not even purely my squad that I'm setting up missions for. If I'm a really good commander, I can say, we need tanks here, we need this here, and anybody who's a tanker can see those missions and participate without it being squad-centric.
Yeah, even squad leaders can say, hey, let's go help them with this part of the mission.
That's exactly right. So the whole goal initially with the mission system was, we know we have this enormous game that has so many things that you can go do and can be a little overwhelming and a little impenetrable to new players. So what we wanted to do with the mission system is create a system that bridges the gap between the guys who understand the strategy, that understand the kind of tactics that are at play, and the newer players who are just jumping in and wanting to have a kick-ass FPS experience. So the mission system says, okay, commanders, you can now have this toolbox to create all sorts of different objectives on the map. And if you're just a infiltrator, or you're a tank driver, or you're a pilot, and you really just want to participate in that kind of activity, you're going to be able to look and see where you're needed right now to help out other players instead of having to fly around and find your own combat.
Anything else you want to add to the mission system, Tramell?
Yeah. I think he's got it covered.
Will there any be like rewards that are catered around that system, or is that something we're looking at in the future too?
Right now, our plan is to have rewards associated with it because we don't want to have the missions be like an MMO quest where you have to go kill 10 rats and bring rat butts back to some dude to be able to get a reward. What we're actually doing is making it a little bit more ambient. So when you're in a mission location and you're doing anything in that mission location, especially the thing you're supposed to be doing, then you get bonus XP for it. Okay. So like tanks, if you kill another tank, right now there's a tank warfare bonus that you get. If you're on a mission for tank destruction, then your tank warfare bonus might be increased by an even like more substantial amount to give you additional reinforcement to participate in the mission activity in the mission area.
And lastly, is there anything on the roadmap in the future that you're really excited to release to the fans?
Hassan.
Yeah,
stoked on Hassan.
It's been in the cooker for a while.
Yeah, it has.
We talked about Hassan months ago at SWE Live.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Hassan's gotten delayed because we've been working on Amerish and Esamir instead, and we did a lot of optimization work on those continents. And Hassan's gorgeous. It's a really, really cool continent. It has some very unique stuff in it, so we're very excited to get that out.
Yeah, it's definitely got to get the same kind of treatment that the other 3 maps have had in the past. So we don't want to rush it out there just because people are begging for it. We want to put it out there right and make sure it's good to go.
Exactly.
Well, that's PlanetSide 2. Tramell and Matt, thank you.